All right, a new hero has been announced for Marvel Champions. It's who we thought it was. It's going to be Falcon. Now there was a little question if it's going to be Sam Wilson Falcon or Sam Wilson Captain America. We kind of guessed Falcon early on, but we said maybe it's Captain America because they talked about redoing Captain America because Steve Rogers is out of print, and maybe this is going to be a new version. It's not. The Falcon version. So I haven't read the. I mean, I read the very top of the article, which just says like the title, and that's it. So this is gonna be a blind react to this video. Just kind of going through and giving my hot takes on what it is. Really quick, if you want to support this channel, make sure to go check me out on patreon.com/D20 Woodworking. Sign up. You get exclusive extended videos for like the Reddit replies and all the things that people love like that. Same with gameplay footage. We have extended plays of that when we do them offline. There's also blog posts, other fun stuff. You can get a lot of that stuff also here on YouTube by hitting the join button, and becoming a member at Woodworking Beginner or any tier higher will get you that stuff. But any support that you give to this channel is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Even if you sign up for the badges and emotes here at 99 cents a month, it's a massive help to this channel. So people that have done that, truly thank you. I really appreciate it. It helps out a ton. Make sure you go check out all the other links. The e-newsletter that comes out usually about once a week. Sometimes D20 is a little slow with it. But check this stuff out. If you want to buy tokens, buy some tokens, support this channel. All that stuff helps. So thank you, everyone. Let's go check out Falcon. All right, so Flying High announcing the Falcon hero pack for Marvel Champions, the card game. I like this artwork. So far, so good. Now I could do this all day. Oh, they're teasing the Captain America thing, aren't they? All right, so Sam Wilson has always helped people, serving as a prodigious social worker. Yeah, I think that's right. Even before he became a soaring superhero. Ariel? Question? I mean, he better be Ariel. I mean, he literally has wings. Once he donned a pair of high-tech vibranium wings, Sam, also known as Falcon, used his aerial mobility and empathetic connection with birds to provide his fellow Avengers a powerful tactical advantage. A longtime partner of Steve Rogers, Sam has even taken on the shield and title of Captain America to serve as a soaring symbol of truth. Fantasy Flight Games is, that's interesting. Are we going to do that then? Fantasy Flight Games is proud to announce the Hero Pack. As a high-flying Avenger and Master of the Air, Falcon soars in the battle with this expansion pack, which introduces him as a new playable hero alongside his 15 signature cards. Equipped with a pre-built leadership deck and to command his allies from the sky, you'll be able to use Falcon's keen eyesight and adaptable nature from the moment you open the box. This pack also features a bonus modular set featuring Fixer of the Thunderbolts. So as of recording this, we haven't done the Thunderbolts scenario yet, but I do like what they're doing with the Thunderbolts thing, that like each modular set obviously can be played separately, but it also works for the Thunderbolt scenario. I think this is really cool. I do like this design idea. I think it's neat. I think it helps people get into the modular mindset. So well done, Tony, on that. I think that's a good job. Eagle Eye, as you might expect from a winged hero with a connection to birds. Sorry, I'm gonna just say it like that. I enjoy bird watching, so I like birds, and we have a running joke in the house, which is birds. So anyway, just what it's going to be. Falcon's entire playstyle revolves around the power of flight, as well as the unique advantages it affords him. So we'll read these in a second. I do like this artwork a lot. I like this artwork too. Actually, this is well done. Kudos to Andrea DeVito and Laura. I can't read Laura's last name. Maybe I can see it on the bigger card. Well done. It's good artwork. For starters, Sam Wilson. Let's go check him out. Actually, wait. Can search his deck. Okay, yeah. So let's look at Sam Wilson. So 3 cost recovery, 6 hand size, 10 hit points. Again, I like 4 recovery, but it's fine. 10 hit points is solid. 6 hand size, pretty standard. Shield traded. To be kind of expected from the shield box. So, okay. Birds of a Feather. Discard 1 card from your hand. Search your deck and discard pile for a bird card and add it to your hand. Limit once per round. So get rid of something you don't need to get a bird card. I guess we're going to have a lot of birds in our deck. All right, cool. Okay, so then he gets into his psychic. Let's just see these cards. So Red Wing. Okay, so this is his card. His ally card. 2/1/1/2 stat line. It's an aerial Avenger bird. Thank goodness it's aerial. Exhaust Red Wing. Return him to your hand. Okay, and discard the top card of the encounter deck. Choose to either deal X damage to an enemy or remove X threat from a scheme. X is the number of icons in the discard boost area. Interesting. All right, so you exhaust him. So basically, they don't want you to like attack and thwart with him. So that's why they're having you exhaust him and then return him, right? So you can't thwart with Red Wing and then bring him back. So that's why they're doing it that way. So you have to exhaust Red Wing and then return him to your hands. So you get him back, so at least you can keep doing it. And then you get to discard the top card of the encounter deck. Choose to either deal X damage to the enemy or remove X. Well, all right. So I assume there's a way we know what the top card's going to be, or you're just playing by blind luck, which doesn't seem thematic. Who can deal a decent burst damage or threat removal. And again, that scales well. So like if you have like the harder villain scenarios or even the Thunderbolt stuff, where it's like 3 or 4 boost icons, moving 4 threat for that. It's basically it'd be like 2 for 4 damage or 2 for 5 damage, which isn't bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. The threat removal, if you get 2 for 5, or I'm sorry, 2 for 4 would be really good. 2 for 3, that's fine. But I guess it also, the other way to look at it too is it's discarding a shadow of the past or something that you may not want to deal with or whatever star icon you might want to deal with it. 3 moves and boost cards. Naturally, you'll want to make sure you discard as many as possible. That's where Falcon and his innate abilities come in. All right, so Falcon, 2/2/2 stat line. I feel like we're getting a lot of those. Aerial Avenger, so he's not shield. Huh. All right, so we've seen this with like Black Widow, right? Where shield is only the alter ego, not the hero side. It's interesting they're not giving him shield as well in the shield cycle on both sides, but okay. During the player phase, play with the top card of the encounter deck face up. Okay, that makes sense. So as long as you're a hero side, encounter cards face up, you're good to go. So after you play an aerial card, discard the top card of the encounter deck. It's a response and it's not forced. So if you want to keep that card, you can, which is nice. But you play aerial cards, discard a top card. I really like the aerial trait. I like aerial stuff. Aerial does have a tendency to be very basic sometimes. Like look at Angel, how kind of he has worked. That's like our last, I think, true aerial like hero we got. And Angel's a little basic in that sense. It's not bad, right? I don't want to make it seem like it's a bad thing. I don't mind straightforward and basic now and again, so we're kind of due for one. But it'll be interesting to see if they build upon it at all. So okay, cool. So playing with the encounter deck, flip up. This does have kind of a Scarlet Witch vibe to it, where like, okay, do we want to cycle the encounter deck faster to get that acceleration token, but we can really manipulate it? That's the type of game I like to play. I think that's really fun. So let's see if there's other cards that do more manipulation or work off of that manipulation, hopefully. So while Falcon is in hero form, the top card in the encounter deck is turned face up during the player phase. And wouldn't it be turned face up at all times? Not just the player phase? Oh, it's the specific says the player phase. Sad. All right. And every time you play an aerial card, you can choose to discard the top card of the encounter deck. These two abilities combined allow you to know exactly how many boost icons will be in the top card every single time, representing Falcon's proficiency at scouting. Okay, so the bird. Okay, so if you play the bird over and over, he's also aerial, and that counts as playing an aerial card, right? After you play an aerial card, so that's an aerial card. So if you're like cycling the bird over and over, not terrible. Okay. Okay, so we have, as you might expect, less than most possible. Birds of Prey, a 2-cost event aerial attack. So it's aerial. I was starting with attack right away. Okay, so deal 4 damage to enemy. 2 for 4 is basically the new standard. We've talked about how 3 for 8 was the standard in the past. It definitely feels like 2 for 4, and then modifying that 4 is the new standard. I'm going to assume that we're going to probably see this a lot moving forward because 3 for 8 is a lot of damage, right? 8 damage is a lot. So I feel like they want to pull back on that a little bit, which I don't blame them. It makes sense because you kind of pigeonhole yourself in something. Because if you want a hero that's truly off the wall powerful, more powerful than like a swinging web kick, which is 3 for 8, like you're going to get in the bonkers territory, right? 3 for 10 or 2 for 10, right? Like that kind of almost gets game breaking. So anyway, there's a whole rant to be had with that. But I know some people are upset with the 2 for 4 change and they're like, oh, all the cards feel a bit weaker. I think it's smart. I think they have to do it design wise. Anyway, deal 4 damage to an enemy. You may discard the top card in the encounter deck to deal 1 additional damage to the enemy for each. Okay, so as long as there's boost icons, good to go, right? So you can get this up to 2 for 5, 6, 7, 2 for 7, which is really good. Possibly 2 for 8, bonkers good, right? I mean, heck, 2 for 6 is good, right? If you get 2 for 6, I'd be pretty happy with that. A bird's eye view. So there is 2 attack cards? Ooh, there's only 2 attack cards. Falcon card 215 and 315 because 415 is his thwarting card. 2 cost event, aerial, thwart. Remove 3 threat from this game. 2 to 3 is okay, but again, you're going to do the same exact thing with discarding the card, it looks like. So, again, 2 for 5 is bonkers good. If you can get a 2 boost on that, that's really good, especially for solo. That's a really good amount. Which both scale to the number of boost icons, and you do have to discard the card from the encounter deck to gain those benefits, but thankfully, since Falcon's first ability is always active, you immediately flip up the new card in the encounter deck to know what's coming next. Of course, scouting the player deck will only get you so far, as the rest of Falcon's kit is designed to help his team weather any storm that might emerge from the cards that you don't see in advance. All right, so let's see what these cards are. So Aerial Evacuation, 1 cost upgrade, aerial card, prep card. Interesting. So when another friendly character would be wait. When another friendly character would be dealt any amount of damage, discard it. Prevent all that damage and change to alter ego form. If that character is a hero, they also change to alter ego. Interesting. So what's nice about this, actually what's really nice about this, and this is a design space they've been going into more, and I really enjoy it. So when another friendly character would take damage, so it can't be you, right? You can't do it to yourself. But if you're playing solo, you could do it with an ally or obviously a teammate on the board. Be dealt unmanned damage, discard aerial evacuation. So you get to prevent all that damage, and you change and change the alter ego form. So I assume it means Falcon will change your alter ego form. And then if you were defending for like a teammate that's a hero, they would change the alter ego as well. What's nice with that with you is that now you can be already down. Like you didn't have to flip down to force the scheme and then play how you normally would play. Now the villain's already done scheming, or I'm sorry, attacking, so they're not going to scheme most likely unless the encounter card forces it. So now the next turn you can heal back up with a sorry, I'm like exhausting my card. You can heal back up and then pop back up. Like that kind of mechanic, I actually really like. Being able to make it easier to flip down is really good for us. It's interesting that if you prevent it for a teammate, it forces them down as well. There's some good timing things you can do there, which is kind of interesting. All right, draw their fire. It's a one per player upgrade. Interesting. I think that's the first time we've seen that. Okay. So aerial prep card after hero response. Wait. The other one is a hero interrupt. Okay. I just want to make sure it wasn't like force or something. After the villain phase begins. Okay. Discard draw their fire. Falcon does not exhaust defend until the end of the phase. Interesting. All right. So you can now defend for all your teammates, which is interesting. What's interesting for solo with this is that if you have a lot of minions, and he has what, a 2/2/2 stat line. So if you have like 3 or 4 minions, you can just keep defending all those minions playing this card. I mean, you can only do it once because you're discarding the card, right? But you run that prep card that we just got with Shield, whatever it's called, the 0 cost prep card that you use for Black Widow. And when you discard a prep card, you get back in your hand. Bro, I'm just gonna play this, right? Like just do that combination over and over and over. That seems bonkers good. Especially if it's an Avenger, you can get Queen Carrier out there to just generate the resource for this. So this way you can just free defend. I mean, you have to get this card, and you have to get the prep card, and you have to cycle through the prep card. So it really is a free defend for like 3 rounds. But still, just do that over and over. That could be a pretty strong move for true solo to be able to do that. And even in multiplayer, being able to defend for all your teammates. Again, weaker villains, it might help out more, but it's more so for the minions that are there. Like you can just soak up all minion damage, assuming they're attacking for 2 or less, and like you're not even worried. If you're playing protection, right, you add +1 defense. Crazy. And if he has something that increases or decreases stats, even crazier. Okay, so that's a really fascinating card the way that works. Talent line, 2 cost upgrade, not an aerial card. Okay. Hero response after resolve Falcon's Eagle Eye ability. Discard Talon line. Wait. That's this. So this is after you play an aerial card, discard a top card. So it's after you already play an aerial card and discard the top card. Discard Talon line. Okay, so we're discarding all of our cards. For each icon in the discard card, for each icon in the discarded card's boost area, choose one. Ready a character you control or stun an enemy. Interesting. So, all right. If we have 3 icons, We can ready 2 characters to stun an enemy, or we could stun 3 characters, or we can ready 3 characters. Interesting. Solo, I mean, for multiplayer, it's gonna be really good. I can see why they're doing leadership, because if you're building out solo, you're gonna have a big team to like build out, so like you can like refresh all your allies and stuff. So that's kind of interesting. It's an interesting card, man. They're doing a lot of like discard the card to do the thing, which I guess makes sense because it's the next natural thing to explore, but it's a lot of it. All right, so outside of his signature cards, the rest of Falcon's pre-built leadership deck is also themed around flight, particularly the aerial trait. So I was going to talk about different things. We will just go through the cards. So, 2-cost support team flight squadron. So you can only do if you're aerial. If each of your allies has aerial, increase your ally limit by 1, and this card gains response. After playing an aerial card, exhaust this card to ready an ally you control. Okay, that's pretty solid, especially if you're doing like an ally swarm with all aerial cards. There's some good value to that. So that's pretty fun. Um, and you just have to be aerial. So this, with the older heroes, we're like, I think Iron Man, right? Like you have to exhaust the boots to be aerial. So you have to exhaust the boots to be aerial to play the card. But moving forward, it's just your allies have to have the aerial trait, not all your characters. So like if Iron Man loses aerial or whatever for a round, you haven't done the boots and you want to play like an ally, you're still good to go, which is really nice that they're doing it that way. That helps the older heroes out. So that's pretty good. Hugin and Hugin and Munin. 2/1/1/2 stat line. Aerial Asgard. More Valkyrie stuff. Yes, please. Bird. After response after they enter play, search the top 10 cards of the encounter deck for a minion and put it in play. Engage with you. Ready 1 character you control for each icon in that minion's boost area. Interesting. So again, you can, if you have an ally swarm build, that seems what they're leading into with this ally swarm build, you can ready up a lot of your people and take out that minion quickly. So that's kind of fascinating. Arrow 3/1/1/3 stat line. Aerial Agent of Atlas. I think that's the first we've seen that. Hero action: exhaust arrow. Choose a player. Until the end of the phase, each aerial character gets +1 attack. That's really strong for aerial build. Man, they are leaning into aerial, which is really nice. Wingman 0-cost upgrade. Title attached to an aerial ally. When another aerial ally would take any amount of consequential damage, you exhaust attach ally. Prevent. Wow, that's confusing. When another aerial ally would take damage. So you have to have 2 aerial allies. You attach 1 to 1, and then you would exhaust the other ally to prevent the 1 consequential here. Okay. That's a lot of moving pieces to just stop a consequential damage. I don't know how much I would play that card. I don't hate the idea. I guess if you're doing Voltron build, it's kind of nice to try to like save your aerial ally, maybe, and maybe that's the way you do it. But I'd probably be doing ally swarm, not really doing a Voltron build with that. So that's kind of weird on that. Yeah, I don't love that, but we'll see in practice when we actually get it. Because yeah. All right, so event strength and diversity. 2 cost per player. Event alliance card. I don't remember what an alliance is. For each different trait on a friendly character in play. Oh, I think it's like everyone can do it. Choose to remove 1 threat from a scheme and deal 1 damage to an enemy. So, okay. Like, again, we try to line up as many traits as we can. So, again, if you have something like Agent of Atlas or Asgard, whatever, like that's not bad. But generally speaking, we try to line up as many traits. So, is the trade off worth it for an event card to do this? Right? And again, two cost, remove 1 threat from a scheme. You gotta have like 3 or 4 different traits out there. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could. I don't know. It would really matter if your allies have multiple traits on them. I guess that's what it really comes down to, right? Like you do focus on Ariel, but you have the Asgard, you have Atlantis or Atlas, whatever it was. You have um Avenger, you have maybe Shield, you have maybe X-Men, right? Again, I don't think a lot of people play that way. Like I think they kind of stick with certain traits, but is there a situation that's gonna work? Yeah. I mean, you could probably, again, if you do like an ally build out where if you can have let's say 4 allies on the table. Let's just say, let's say each one has a different trait plus yourself. So that's 5. So 2 for 5 threat removal, pretty good. 2 for 5 damage, not bad for an event. There's just a lot of build up to get to that, which is a little. Does that work out? I don't know. But again, I think in a multiplayer game, maybe this works better, but the cost is scaling too, so maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Because like if you have like a web warrior team for like one person, an Avenger team, a Shield team, an X-Men team, like maybe that works. But then your other cards can't work off each other, and that's one of the nice things about multiplayer is where your cards can work off each other. Sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see like in practice. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think in practice that this would work? Like it's a nice idea card, but I don't know. I feel like every time I played multiplayer or even just solo, like we generally try to stay in the same traits, and it's probably not enough different traits to like make it worth it. I don't know. Oh, we're getting Adam Warlock again. 3113 stat line. We know Adam Warlock. He's a fine card. So after he attacks with Thorch, you discard one card random from your hand. The secret with this card is that you just leave one card left in your hand, so you know exactly what you're discarding. Cloud9, we're getting a reprint of 3-cost ally, 113 stat line. Exhaust Cloud9 to choose a player until the end of that phase. Each aerial character gets 1 thwart. So that's good. Okay, so then we're to minions. I don't think there's anything in there. Okay, so as we mentioned earlier, the Falcon Hero Pack comes with a modular set, including the Fixer. All right, so what's he got going on? He's an elite. He is genius, and he is a Thunderbolt. 2-1-15. Not a bad stat line. Villainous, victory 1, force interrupt when a non-scenario specific tech attachment would be attached to the villain, attached to the Fixer instead. Text on that card that refers to the villain refers to the Fixer instead. All right, 4 boost icons. Jetpack attachment. Attach the Fixer, otherwise attach the villain. They gain aerial. When an attached character would take 3 or more damage, prevent all of that damage and discard Jetpack. So you want to deal 3 damage exactly, knock it off. Or you could just keep doing 2 damage and it's fine, which is interesting. Tech Pack, another attachment, 1-1 stat line that adds. Attaches to the Fixer, otherwise to the villain. Attached enemy gets +1 attack for each other tech attachment it has, which is crazy, possibly. Exhaust any number of characters you control with a combined thwart greater than the attached enemy's scheme. Okay, so I mean that stings for non-leadership cards or non-ally decks. Like there are a lot of people that build like non-ally decks, like they have one, and it's gonna be really tough to do that possibly, because a lot of villains have 3 or 4 scheme, or will have 3 or 4 with the +1, so could be a little tough. Technological innovation. This is the last card they have. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a tech attachment. Reveal it. Place 1 additional threat here for each tech card in play. So it's leaning to the tech stuff, which is interesting. They can be used part of the Thunderbolt scenario. Agent Shield, that said, is still a modular set in its own right, which means you can add the Fixer to any scenario. Better suit up if you hope to win. With his arsenal of aerial cards and his ability to scout out and exploit the encounter deck, Falcon is a terrific hero and a fantastic addition to any team. Looking forward to taking. Arrives June, so it's pretty soon, which is really cool. Which most likely means our next hero pack, which is probably going to be Winter Soldier, will also be June. All right, cool. And then you look for it online. All right, so super hot takes about this. I like Ariel. I'm a big fan of the Ariel trait in general. So, okay, I am for this. I like what they're doing with him. So again, one of my favorite hero of all time is Scarlet Witch, and what I love about her is the decisions you make when manipulating decks, right? And I like this about Domino. I like this about a lot of heroes. I like those choices you have to make, and I think this is a pretty interesting way of doing things, where you're going to decide if you want to just keep getting rid of encounter cards, right? Is that what's going to make most sense for your game? It gets to the point where, okay, now we're running through the encounter deck faster, so some interesting trade-offs. Maybe not as fast as like Scarlet Witch does, but still it's probably gonna be decent speed. It's gonna be nice to kind of take some of the randomness out too, that you will see what's coming up or possibly see what's coming up. So I like that. I think it's a cool build. I think it's a cool design. The rest of it is it doesn't seem overly complicated with the mechanics, which is good. It doesn't need to be. It's nice that a lot of the aerial stuff is very straightforward. But it does seem like between like the defense card with the prep card that we talked about earlier, like there's some interesting things you can do there, which is cool, right? I want interesting decisions. I want new decisions. So the what is it, the fire card or whatever it's called, draw their fire. I think that's interesting of how that's going to work. And I know like protection players and multiplayer will be excited about that. You could defend a ton. So I think that'd be cool. It opens up avenues with him for protection right away. There's a lot of good aerial cards and aggression, so that is opened up already for him, right? Justice, we'll see. I don't know if he really needs to because it seems like he has pretty decent cards for removing threat. And then they're starting him in leadership, which is always fine. They're really leaning into swarm build this time, which is fine, right? We can always use a good swarm build now and again. Um, and yeah, I like the look of him. I don't know if I'm more excited about him. I don't think I'm more excited than like Silk. Like Silk is probably still like my number one I'm most excited for because I'm Web Warrior biased. Um, I think she or Falcon's on par with Shuri. Maybe they're all kind of together, right? Like of those three, I'm pretty hyped for all three. It's hard to rank them really, but I am hyped for all three of them. I think Falcon looks pretty interesting. He looks straightforward. I think it's always good to have a straightforward hero. Don't make things more complicated than they need to be. Give me interesting decisions with the encounter deck. Some of the cards they work is cool. I can modify that encounter deck slightly so that maybe the boost icons get better. We only know a handful of his cards. There's a lot missing, so maybe there's a thing with like increasing something on the boost icon. I don't know. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with Falcon, what he's looking like so far. So that looks pretty solid and pretty cool. So let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know if you like what you're seeing. Do you like the aerial trait? Do you like what they're doing? Is it interesting that Shield is not on his hero side, only his alter ego side, which is a little interesting. I thought they would have done both, but whatever. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. While you're down there, make sure to like button, hit subscribe. It really helps out. Share the video with a friend because all that stuff really helps out too. And I will see you all next time.